Hello and welcome to Proteus 3D. My name is Samuel Morissette, and on this very first episode of How I Made, I'll be showing you how I made this cool little catapult. Now this cool catapult is from, let me put that in focus there, Lonsby Consulting. Now I'm in no way affiliated to them, and I won't share any of the files, unfortunately, nor do I intend to manufacture and sell this. But they were kind enough to let me film this, so I thought I'd share their website. Now they call this a statapult, and they sell this to help teach statistical techniques. Alright, so without further ado, get started. So what I'm going to do first, I think I'm going to start with a base. Very simple square base with a radius on it. Then I'm going to go ahead and make these two plates with holes inside. So let me just try to point that maybe better. These two plates here, and then I'm going to go ahead and make this part side. And if you guys are still watching, I'm going to do this part here and this part here. Do it. Alright, so quite simple. Start with the actually put an up arrow here. I'm testing that out. I don't know if I really like it, but get a center rectangle. I don't know if my caliper is going to be big enough though. Really? Got, is this millimeters? Let's see if it's in millimeters. 3/4 there. Let's go with inches. All right, so let's give it a 3.125 here. And then I don't think my caliper is big enough, so let's get a tape measure here. That's about 12 inches for the, it's going to be too important. Sketch, let's go to features, extrude base. Let's see how much thickness this thing has. 3/4. Yeah, it's probably just a bunch of 3/4 plate here. Okay, there we go. What I like about this up arrow here is that I'm always showing when I have a shadow. I can actually see that. It's just cool for when you want to show clients what you're doing. So let's get started on this one. Yeah, let's get this guy in here and let's make an assembly. Guy here, save desktop. Let's go base. All right, so it looks like these two plates are actually centered on the center of this, like so. So they have a dimension here, but it looks like it's centered like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this plane here, the center plane, that one, flip offset, and I'm going to split the difference between this right here. So it seems we have a little bit more than 3/4. Let's go 780. Don't even have to do any math. Divided by 2, that's 390. And so there you have it. Actually, you know what? This is not going to be in a part. On the fly here. Guy floating. Shadows here. It's kind of strange though, right? That the shadow moves. Anyways, the video, I guess. Let's get the origin in here. I like to go with the origin just directly and then mate that. It's just quicker. As long as the front plane and the front plane are good, we're good. All right, so that's the first part in. Top. So mistake was, or I had another idea. Make another one, another piece, and then copy it. We don't even have to. All right, so let's measure this one. 9.5. That's pretty much 9.5. So let's go like this. Go directly up. And boom. And make the sort of the profile as if you were looking at it head on. Normal 2 if you want to be technical. So like so. Boom, 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 boom. All right. So what's cool with Solidworks is I can just kind of have that shape, but it's not really the right dimensions. See, like 6. So the first dimension you're going to put is going to basically just scale the whole thing. So we said 9.5. Let's go 9.5. Maximum dimension. Proteus manager, yes. Here's max. There we go. Just the height of it. Let's go here. Let's go 4. Not really gonna go to the moon, so not really bothered too much with the tolerances. And then obviously I'm just gonna estimate the angle. Just gonna go see. 3. It's too much. I would prefer more. Let's see here. Like, how much distance do we have? Flat distance is about 5/8. So let's go with that. 5. This thing's a little bit bigger. Let's really just go kind of, well, we know that this is kind of in the center, right? It's probably in the center. So let's just go go 3.25. That's going to be our radius. 2.25. There we go. That's, you know, rough, but that here, quarters, you. So I'm not gonna put in your radii right now, just for starters, just to see how it looks first. Let's go like side. So, as I said before, we're just gonna move with triad, just that. All right, so how much distance do we have here? You guys see that? Okay. Let's go 1.65. Distance. 1. Yeah, by defaults right now, it just defaults to millimeters. Oh, look at that. It's a little bit longer on this side than on this side. Didn't realize that. Switch to Imperial. Thank you very much. So let's center this. Do just a mirror. Just do mirror plane here. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. All right, component origin alignment. I'm pretty happy with that. So now look at that. Awesome. Look at that. Beautiful. All right, so now all we have to do is just give it a dimension, which I will 2 1/4. Let's verify our side here. Can. Yep. Well, we need a bit more actually, so let's just dimension that instead. Clear that. Go from here to here. Use now. All right. 0.75. Delete it. Control Q, and this. It was just kind of confused with the mirror. No, it's still confused. Oh, I know what's going on. Yeah, okay. This is what's going on. The original here, like that, and then yeah, 3/8. But I wanted 780, so let's go. Yeah, 3. All right. Range was kind of confused there, or maybe I was just confused. Whatever. Okay, so that's our base pretty much done. and on the original it's screwed in. Just for the sake of this video, we're just gonna make it really quick like that. All right, so let's do the this guy here, this arm. I didn't really explain actually how this thing worked. I guess I can just do that real quick now. So pretty much like this, right? So you got your elastic here, this guy pulls your tension, and then you got a pin inside right there, just where my finger here is. Got a pin in there. That's your axis of rotation. And what's cool is you got, oh boy, you've got these angles here, so you can know exactly what angle you're pulling with this little arrow. So it improves repeatability when you're going ham on this thing. You can really get precise shots, I guess. And yeah, obviously you get the ball inside of here. Starts flying. Okay, so let's do the other part. Call it the arm. But because we're not going to see it, I'm just going to go wherever. Like this, and then we got a little radius here. Tiny radius here. Another radius. Another radius. It's just radii everywhere. It's just radius city. All right, and then inside here, yeah, it's just flat. Okay, that's flat in there. And we're gonna do the holes right after. Just gonna do the the whole silhouette first. This looks like about 3. Whoop. Yeah, if I can just not make all this noise, that'd be great. And this is not gonna be too easy. I'm gonna reference myself with the other part. That might help. Start with 1 inch. 1.5. Thank you. And yep. It's actually tangent, so half diameter radius. Basically, you don't need to say that it's tangent, but say that it's tangent. And then we can get this guy out, because I think that's a little cleaner and better. And let's go max. All we have to do now is just, you guys can't really see the top there. There we go. Alright, so for me that's about 10 inches. One mouse. Thank you. Alright, 10 inches. And it's probably going to be bigger than that. Let's start with some radii. What's kind of annoying in Solidworks compared to CATIA is that, or CATIA, is that CATIA lets you just make a radius here and not have it. You have the obligation to give it a certain fillet parameter. What I like with CATIA is that you can just give it like just a radius, and then constrain that afterwards, but now I'm just kind of obligated to give it a number and I don't really know what it is. A lot of times you're just kind of like, I don't know, just give me one and I'll see after what it looks like. So one quarter 0.35. Yeah, okay. Seeing is that there's kind of an angle here. Doing that, let's just like so. And I want to give it an angle. I was gonna probably change these guys here. There we go. First try. Okay, so that's cool. I'm just gonna give it this, 'cause it's gonna be hard to really have it precise anyways. Let's go 15. Yeah, I don't like that way I'm doing it. Maybe if I go like this. Yeah. Tangent to that. Let's get this guy variable. This guy fixed. There we go. That looks more like reality. 0.5. Yeah. More like it. It's kind of hard to see on video, but I just want it to make it look nice. Okay. See at least. So that's another 3/4. 0.75. Put it in the middle. Show you guys why. Then there's a hole that's pretty much in the center of that arc. Let's kind of put that guy in the center there. Again, this is not gonna go here, so centric. And let's see. Four. Five. Go through all both. And linear. Let's go linear, boys. All right, so let's do the distance, right, is gonna be from here. Just trying to show you guys. Like that. It's gonna be from here to here. Sorry for the arm being in the way. 1.3 or 1.3. How many do I want? I want 3 more. Total of 4. Yep. Okay, let's not put the radii in just yet. Call it the arm. Let's call it the arm. Okay. Insert said arm. Oh, wrong way. Wrong way. Let's go like this. And like that. Sorta. Go here. Boom. That. Center it. This is why I put the middle plane. I really like doing features with mid planes because you got like a free plane there, so you can then assemble it properly. Got a bit of a gap. That's good. Fully defined. And then we can, you know, do a bit more details and, you know, put the calc in here. I could do that in another video. Let's not do that yet. I actually just forgot to put holes in here. I personally like to go with sketch to make holes. I don't really like just to make, I'm not gonna make all these with one sketch. I could, but I'm just gonna do a radial pattern. It's gonna be obviously quicker. Let's go quarter. Put him inside of this concentric. Does that look good? Yeah, it's pretty good. Looks like about 5/8. Yeah. Sweet. Extruded cut. Yep. Draw both because, you know, one direction that's just kind of confused there. There we go. Because it was basically there was one direction that was just not cutting anything. Okay. And for the finale on that part, I can already see. So when I model stuff, I like to see like where things start, I guess, where there's like symmetry. If I can use this caliper to show you, probably the way that it was originally designed is to have this hole here exactly on top, right? And then the other ones are just other angles. And as you can see here, if I can get this guy to focus. I don't know if you can see this, but the number here is 90 for obviously 90 degrees reference to horizontal, and then you got the other ones which go back down to 180. So I think this was intended to be exactly 90. So judging by that, it's gonna simplify my sketch. So I want that one in the center, so that way this one is perfectly vertical. Same thing. And then for the distance, well, easy peasy. this. Not that it really changes anything from a linear. That's not that at all. All right, 2.86. What did I put? Wow. No. 6. Alrighty. Right, so what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to just extrude that. Well, cut it, I should say. And I am going to make a circular pattern in this direction on there. So, oof, it's going to be hard to say. I'd say about 15. Whatever 15 degrees. Yeah, it's perfect. Whatever 15 degrees we have something. So we have a hole there. So how many do we have? 1, 2, 3. So I want 4 total. Cool. So what is that? 5? Yeah, 5 total. That was the holes I had forgotten there. All right. So as you can see, that edit that I just made, just edited both. That's our base. All right, so let's put this guy aside. And here's the, what are we gonna call that? The basket. That's gonna be the basket. This is gonna be like the swing arm, just to differentiate from the other arm. Okay, so another part, yes please. Front plane. It's there for. I don't know why the sketch also switches like that. Comments. I know that I flipped this up axis fly out. I flipped this guy. It used to be Y up, now it's Z up, so I think it's like that, but I don't know why nothing follows. That's kind of strange. Oh, okay, it's a radius. It's a radius. Kind of go quick, and then you kind of realize afterwards. Not a 2 lines, it's 1 line. That's a radius. Scale this. I'm going to guess that this thing here, this whole radius, that's a hemisphere, like a perfect hemisphere. It could be a little lower, it could be a little higher, but I'm just going to guess that's a hemisphere. So our, just makes stuff simpler, I guess. 1.5. That's our diameter. 1.5. Yeah. So, like so, like so. Let's do this. Really scale that well this time. I don't know if there was another constraint somewhere. And because I want a perfect hemisphere, put it here, right? I want to put the other face directly here. I don't know. Maybe it's not a hemisphere because it looks more open than that. Look, tangent. To show you, I don't believe that this part here, this like the end of that curve here. I think it's more of an angle than really just parallel. So it might not be a hemisphere. So if it's not a hemisphere, let's not have it here. It like this, and let's tweak the angle better. Let's fix this like so. .95. Radius is good. Yeah, I believe it's probably going to be more open. That. How am I going to measure this? You know what? I could use just another caliper. Or just a tape. Nah, not a tape. Going with the flow, I guess. Just going with it. What I'm doing right now is I'm just kind of eyeballing it. Going like this, and then up to the screw. And I'm just looking at it like, for me, this is like perfectly just perpendicular so I can have a reading, a precise reading. I don't want to have an angle there. Looking at it, to me that's 0.7. Oof. Yeah, it's almost a hemisphere. It's not far. Probably is. So instead of doing that, let's go here. Don't like about that axis line. I prefer full diameter. A neat little trick that I like to use, that I've been using for a couple years. So instead of having the radius, you can directly have the diameter in your half sketch. Half of it. It automatically knows that you want a diameter, so it just doubles that up. 2.7. Looks about right. The angle's not good though. Let's see. Oh, 1 point. Little mistake here. The frappe, as we say in French. Alright, so this. Closed. This is my line. Have it. That pretty little bowl. So what did we call it? Basket. Let's call it basket. We could also tiny little hole in there, because technically there's instead of doing that. Okay, let's do it better. This I'm gonna need and the diameter of that screw here, the outside of that screw, it's gonna be able to tell me approximately how big that hole is. So it's gonna be a little bit bigger than the screw, obviously, so let's give it 0.2. Trim. Instead of trimming, we can just go split. Now we can split here. Then what's cool is that you can have a shaded sketch. So now I have it turned off. Shaded sketch contours tells you really quickly if you have an open sketch, right? So this is closed. You know, this would be an open sketch. So it's really useful when you want to kind of diagnose your sketch and you've got problems and you don't know why. It's just a really quick way to tell if you have a closed sketch. Sometimes it's pretty useful. A lot of times it's really useful. So that's the shaded sketch contours. And there we go. It's just a small hole in there. Save that. Make another part. The second to last part. So we're almost done here. Okay. We're gonna be. That's pretty interesting. We have like a radius that doesn't go all the way, so it goes all the way here and it stops. Don't need that. There we go, we can see that. So it's a nice like sharp edge here, and then here I think that's just because that this is the part that you can see and you can like feel on the outside so you don't get hurt, and this is the one that's inside. So you just want to have like a nice surface, I guess. But anyways, it just looks cool. That end mill just doesn't go any farther than here, right? So, all right. So let's do the swing arm, and for this one, knowing that this is going to be an assembly, I'm going to make the hole here. I'm gonna make the hole here my the center of my part, the origin of my part, because that's where it's gonna be located. So anything that's gonna change, it's not gonna change the how everything is mated inside of my assembly, how everything is constructed inside of my assembly. It's not going to move. So let's say if I move or I change some dimension in here, it's not going to affect anything on my assembly. Just how I like to model things, just kind of looking ahead, I guess. Okay, so let's do same diameter that we've always been doing since the beginning. Okay, so that's the center now. Got a nice radius, which I don't think it's going to be tangent to the other edges. This one. Parallel. Nope, not like that. It's going to be like this. Let's make a feature to make this symmetrical, because right now it's not. Select, select, select. Make symmetric. You have it, just everything is symmetrical to that center. Okay. Yep. It's a bit more than an inch. Okay. Guesstimate from here to here. Yeah, there's a lot of guesstimation on this part because I want to make this quick. 15-hour video. Okay, minimum, and then that's going to enable me to go 3/8. 3/8 is like that. Great. And it looks about right like this. 65. Good. Thank you. All right. This is now something I need to measure. Okay. 14 and a half. 14 and a half. 14 and a half. X 14.5. That actually not going to be that. It's going to be this. Tangential to this one. Okay. Yeah, let's make the radius exactly the same. On that. Just having a little check. See if I've gotten anything. So that's the basic look of it, right? Put it in the other way. Looks good. Yeah, just what I said before. So okay, right. So okay, yeah, doesn't always work though. Maybe, or is that just me? Because this is basically like this one, it knows that it's a close sketch, but this one is over that one. So is that just me or? Yeah, okay. Yeah, so basically what I was trying to say here, I was just not sure of it. That it's not like foolproof. So if you have a circle within a circle, probably will work. But this one, I don't know. You know what? I'm not sure about that one. It's just because it's kind of a weird kind of a thing. Yeah. Huh. That's strange. Ah. So if I just went like this, huh. Well, I just learned something. I don't know why I did that. Live and you learn, I guess. We're learning all together. This is amazing. Okay. Without further ado, let's take this thing out. Mid-plane. And then where are we? So this was here. It's the thickness, not like this, but that's the thickness like this. Yep. Okay. A little smaller than 3/4. Let's give it 715. Again, mid plane, so I can have this front plane there to work with. All right, so we're almost done here. I could always I kind of feel like doing this little pad here. That looks fun. Okay. So sure you're gonna have a lot of comments telling me a lot of things that I didn't do correct, and you know what? That's great. I actually want those comments. Tell me if I'm wrong when I do things that are wrong. That way I can get better. So please, 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 please tell me. Love to hear it. Okay, so let's go here. Let's go in a quarter. Oh, this is great for the new Solidworks. I don't know if it was implemented at Solidworks 2020 though, but you got a silhouette entities. Whole body? External. He's just not the one. Okay, I could show that one maybe another time. Or I could just, yeah, I think it might work. It's not great for this application, I don't think, but if I take, yeah, it's only the whole body here. But okay, so what I was saying was this, you got a silhouette entities. So basically it just looks at the whole silhouette. So if you got a really complex shape, it's super quick to get the outline. That might be useful for certain cases, but for this one, we don't need the whole thing. So we're just gonna go intersection curves, and that just gives me a line where the plane where I'm drawing intersects the surface or the thing that I'm selecting. So let's put this one like this just for a reference. And quarter, so like this, but and then I'm just gonna the direction, not circle. That, and how much do we have? We have, I feel like Dora, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, and then same thing. We're gonna do this. Basically 7 is always, it's always going to count the original one. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, but really what we're doing is we're adding 6, but there's going to be a total of 7. Okay, all right, so I really want to do that radius. Really cool. That radius will stop, you know, somewhere. So think about that. Yeah, okay. All right, let's try something. Try something real quick. Okay. Like this, let's do a plane where we want that final edge. I want that final edge to be shorter than it actually. 14 and a half, right? 14. Please. Why go 7 and a half? Right there. 7 and a half. That's the center. Center. That's really strange. It really looks like it's, huh? That's an optical illusion, I guess, but maybe not. Here. 5. No, that's not right. 6, 1, 2. Oh, it's total. God damn it. 5 more, 6 total. Okay. Okay. Sorry about that. All right. So there is the radius that I want to do. Radius, as I said, finishes off kind of special flair. All right. So let's see what we can do here. So here's, let's do this. Boom. Basically, I'm just trying to do a trajectory for a sketch, which I'm going to then sweep. It's gonna look sweet. So our final dimension is gonna be about there. From there. Right, max. Eight 875, thank you. Then there, I'm going to make a, from that point, from all that, I'm going to make my sketch. So my sketch is going to be a radius. I'm going to go this and this, intersect. Those. And well, the radius, I mean, the radius is always kind of tricky, especially with a caliper. The approximator, .15, and we're just gonna have ourselves a sweep. Sweet old time. Okay, sweep lofted. No, it's not a loft. Sweep. Thank you. Profile. No, my sketch. Guide it through here. Ooh. Yeah, that works. Okay, so now it doesn't finish off like that. It actually finishes off there. And what happens is the end mill, or the form tool, comes in, it spins, and then the trajectory just kind of makes an arc, kind of goes off. So how do we do that? Well, we can just reuse that sketch, right? We can make it really simple at first. I don't know if it's really gonna look like that yet. Convinced. it. Oh, that's a pretty tricky one. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. I know what's going on. What I want is for it to go this. Leave. Let's try that. I'm not sure. Yours 60, not 360. We're going 90. There. Confused here. Axis is on the outside. Oh, it's on the outside. Probably at an angle too. Probably going to be parallel here. I feel like it's going to be out by quite a bit. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That looks a lot better. Yeah. So that's I'm gonna go with that. Okay. So we want to mirror all that. I'd like to not have that sweep go all the way around. And I'll show why. Up to there. So the reason why I did that is I want to now use that, make a point here, axis. So bear with me, circular pattern. Direction is going to be like this. I want 4, but I want them spread out over. No, I want equal spacing. There we go. Here. Might have been okay. Okay. So change of plans. This guy out of there. Let's copy this one. All that we're gonna mirror. Just a mirror. Something that is challenging to do in CATSIO is their own, I guess. There, and I want the sweep as well. All right, so that's our radius. Some one over here. Big bore radius. Good. All right, so call this one the swing arm. can do instead of doing that is to get it sort of okay, and then we're gonna change the angle afterwards. Okay, so it's almost done. We just need to put the component, which is called basket, right here. Whoop. Put it right on top. Don't need it to have it spinning. So lock the rotation. Or you know what? No, let's make it better than that. Locking it in which case. Let's just parallel from here. Go. Tell me guys, tell me if you want to have a bit more detail, if you want to see like the screws, and I can also make a decal and all the good stuff, like this little knob over here. Yeah, so if you guys are interested, I can make a part 2 of this. So well, thanks you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.